The Secret Life of Robin Hood, Hero or Villain. Robin Hood, the hero of Sherwood Forest, champion of the oppressed, and the bane of the wealthy. But what if there's more to the story? What if the man we call a hero wasn't as virtuous as the legends claim? Praised as a symbol of justice, Robin Hood's name has echoed through centuries. A man who dared to stand against the powerful. But what if there was more to his rebellion? What if his motives were darker than we've been told? Behind the hero's mask lies a tale of defiance, sacrifice, and betrayal. But was Robin Hood a noble savior, or simply a thief who defied the law for his own gain? And who were the true victims of his rebellion? Join us as we uncover the untold story of Robin Hood, the man behind the legend. Was he truly a hero of the people, or a villain with his own agenda? Was Robin Hood a man of flesh and blood, or a creation of storytelling passed down through generations? To uncover the truth, we must journey back to medieval England, where fact and folklore intertwine like roots in an ancient forest. The legend of Robin Hood began in the ballads and oral traditions of medieval England, a time of kings, outlaws, and unrest. But who was he really? A man? A myth? Or something in between? Some believe Robin Hood was based on a real outlaw, a man who rebelled against corrupt officials in Nottinghamshire. Others argue he's a composite, a symbol created by countless stories of rebellion, stitched together into one unforgettable figure. No records confirm his existence, yet his legend endures. Robin Hood's story wasn't just shaped by history, it was shaped by the hopes and fears of the people who told it. A hero to some, a lawbreaker to others, but always larger than life. So, does the lack of historical evidence make Robin Hood a myth? Or does it elevate him to a timeless symbol? A figure that embodies rebellion, justice, and the power of a story told through generations. A hero of the people. The Robin Hood we know. In the stories we grew up with, Robin Hood isn't just a thief. He's a hero. A man who defied the powerful, fought for the poor, and became a symbol of hope in an unjust world. But was his cause truly noble? Or was there something more personal driving him? Robin Hood's legend paints him as a champion of the oppressed, a man who robbed from the corrupt wealthy and gave to the poor. His actions weren't mere defiance. They were a lifeline for those crushed under the weight of unfair taxes and cruel lords. But Robin wasn't alone in his mission. By his side were his merry men, a band of outlaws united by their shared desire for justice. Little John, Robin's loyal right-hand man, brought strength and strategy to their cause. Friar Tuck, the unorthodox clergyman, added faith and humor, and Maid Marian wasn't just a romantic interest. She was a skilled archer and Robin's equal in courage and resolve. Together, they fought against injustice, striking fear into the hearts of corrupt officials. But was Robin Hood's fight truly for justice, or was it fueled by personal loss and revenge? Robin Hood's actions may have made him a hero to the poor, but his motivations remain a mystery. Was he a selfless champion of justice, or a man seeking to right personal wrongs under the guise of rebellion? A rebel's methods. Justice or chaos? Robin Hood's methods were bold, daring, and unconventional. But were they acts of justice or chaos? Ambushing carriages, robbing the wealthy, and defying the crown, his actions sparked hope in the oppressed, but fear in those who upheld the law. Robin Hood didn't follow the rules of the kingdom. To him, the law was a tool of oppression, a shield for the corrupt. His ambushes were swift and calculated, targeting tax collectors, noblemen, and anyone who profited off the suffering of the poor. But not everyone saw Robin Hood as a hero. To the Sheriff of Nottingham, he was a criminal, a man who disrupted order and mocked authority. Their rivalry became legendary, with the sheriff determined to capture the elusive outlaw. The sheriff saw Robin Hood as more than just a thief. He was a threat to the kingdom's order. But was the sheriff fighting for justice or for his own gain? Robin Hood's actions were celebrated by the poor, but his methods weren't without controversy. Were his ambushes and robberies acts of justice or a dangerous descent into lawlessness? Robin Hood's rebellion was as polarizing as it was legendary. To some, he was a savior. To others, he was a lawless rogue. But one thing is certain: his actions changed the course of history for better or worse. Maid Marian. Love and loyalty. Amid the chaos of rebellion and the fight for justice, one figure stood as both Robin Hood's equal and his anchor: Maid Marian. But was she merely a love interest or a rebel in her own right? Maid Marian wasn't just the love of Robin's life. She was his confidant, his moral compass, and often his equal in their shared fight for justice. Together they defied authority, challenging the greed and corruption that plagued the land. In many versions of the legend, Marian is portrayed as more than just a romantic figure. She's a skilled archer, a strategic thinker, and a woman who wasn't afraid to challenge the status quo. Her love for Robin wasn't about blind loyalty, it was about shared values and a common goal. While Robin was the face of the rebellion, Maid Marian often worked in the shadows, using her wits and courage to support his cause. Their partnership wasn't just romantic, it was a union of two minds driven by justice. Was Maid Marian Robin Hood's anchor to morality, keeping him grounded in his quest for justice? Or was she a fellow rebel, challenging the same systems of greed and oppression in her own way? Together, Robin Hood and Maid Marian became legends, not just for their love, but for their shared defiance of a corrupt world. Their bond wasn't just one of romance, it was a partnership that changed the course of history. The darker side of Robin Hood. Robin Hood, a hero to the oppressed, but was his cause as noble as the ballads claim? Beneath the tales of courage lies a darker reality: the cost of rebellion and the lines he was willing to cross. For every coin stolen from the rich, there were unintended consequences. Innocent villagers sometimes bore the brunt of Robin Hood's rebellion, caught in the crossfire between corrupt nobles and desperate outlaws. Even among his merry men, Robin Hood's methods were not without controversy. Greed, fear, and jealousy tested their loyalty, creating fractures in the brotherhood. For Robin Hood, the line between hero and villain was razor thin. Every decision he made, every risk he took, carried a cost, not just for his enemies, but for his own people. Was Robin Hood's cause worth the cost? Or did his methods, however noble in intention, taint the legacy he sought to create? Robin Hood's fight for justice may have inspired hope, but it also left a trail of sacrifice, betrayal, and loss. The question remains: was the cost of rebellion too high, or was it the price of true change? The creators of the myth, medieval ballads, and beyond. The story of Robin Hood wasn't written by one hand or told in one voice. It was forged in the hearts of medieval storytellers, ballads that gave life to a hero who stood against injustice. But was he the hero the people needed, or a figure crafted to blur the lines of morality? Medieval ballads first breathed life into Robin Hood's legend, painting him as an outlaw who defied the rich and protected the poor. These stories weren't just entertainment, they were a rallying cry for the oppressed, a reminder that even in a world ruled by kings, justice could be found in the shadows. The feudal system of medieval England was a world of stark contrasts: lords with vast wealth, peasants with little more than hope. Robin Hood's story reflected their struggles, offering the common people a champion who could fight for them when they couldn't fight for themselves. Over time, Robin Hood became more than a story. He became a symbol, but symbols are not without flaws. Did the storytellers create a figure of justice, or a hero whose methods challenged morality itself? Was Robin Hood a hero crafted to inspire hope in the oppressed, or a reflection of humanity's struggle to define right and wrong? Robin Hood's legend, born from the imagination of storytellers, still resonates centuries later. But as we peel back the layers of his tale, the question remains: was he the hero the people needed, or a creation of their deepest desires? Modern adaptations: Robin Hood through the ages. Robin Hood, an outlaw who leapt from ballads to the big screen, captivating audiences for centuries. But what keeps his story alive? Is it his fight for justice or our fascination with rebellion? From Errol Flynn's swashbuckling escapades in the 1938 classic to Kevin Costner's gritty take in Prince of Thieves, Robin Hood has evolved to suit each generation's ideals. Even Disney's anthropomorphic fox brought charm and wit to the legend, ensuring its appeal for younger audiences. Over the years, Robin Hood's story has become a lucrative phenomenon. From films and TV series to books, toys, and even video games, his legend has generated billions, proving its timeless allure in the entertainment industry. But why does Robin Hood endure? Is it his unwavering fight against injustice, or the thrill of defying authority in a world bound by rules? His story adapts with the times, reflecting both our struggles and our hopes. Is it Robin Hood's fight for equality that keeps his story alive, or the enduring appeal of standing up against a system stacked against us? From silver screen heroes to animated legends, Robin Hood's story has stood the test of time. But as we dig deeper, we must ask, is his legacy a reflection of our ideals, or of our need to believe in heroes who break the rules? Lessons from Robin Hood: justice, morality, and rebellion. Robin Hood, a symbol of justice and rebellion. But is his legacy truly about fairness, or does it teach us something darker about morality and power? At its heart, Robin Hood's story is about justice, fighting against corruption, redistributing wealth, and giving a voice to the voiceless. His actions inspire hope, showing that even one person can challenge the status quo. But Robin Hood's tale is more than a fight for equality. It's a mirror reflecting our ongoing struggles, the powerful against the oppressed, the wealthy against the poor. His legend asks us, who truly deserves justice? But Robin Hood's rebellion also raises questions. Can justice justify breaking the law? Does rebellion against authority lead to fairness or chaos? Robin Hood's legacy isn't just about justice. It's about questioning authority and the morality of rebellion. It's a story that reminds us of the fine line between heroism and chaos. Hidden truths, the untold stories of Robin Hood. Robin Hood, the hero of Sherwood Forest. But what if the story we know is just the surface of something deeper? Behind the legend lies a web of politics, mysteries, and truths that challenge everything we think we know. Throughout history, Robin Hood's story has been more than a tale of adventure. It has been wielded as a tool of politics. Rulers and rebels alike used the legend to inspire loyalty or to denounce rebellion. In turbulent times, Robin Hood became a symbol of resistance, his name invoked to rally the oppressed. But hidden within the legend are mysteries that remain unsolved. Was Robin Hood a real person? Some theories suggest he was a nobleman returning from the Crusades, disillusioned by war and injustice. Others claim he was a composite of multiple outlaws, each with their own story. Some stories even suggest Robin Hood was an early revolutionary, fighting not just for the poor, but against corrupt institutions that thrived on oppression. Could his rebellion have been more calculated than we've been led to believe? Could Robin Hood's true story be more complex than we've ever imagined? Was he a simple outlaw or a revolutionary whose legend has been simplified over time? The hidden truths of Robin Hood remind us that legends are rarely as simple as they seem. Behind the tales of heroism and rebellion lie secrets that deepen the mystery of a man who may or may not have existed. The legend lives on. Robin Hood's story is more than just folklore. It's a timeless reflection of the human spirit, a tale of rebellion, morality, and the enduring fight for justice, but also a reminder of how complicated that fight can be. Through the ages, Robin Hood has been reimagined countless times, a hero to some, a rebel to others. His story is a mirror of humanity's greatest struggles, the desire for fairness, the courage to stand against oppression, and the blurred lines between right and wrong. But the question remains, was Robin Hood truly a hero? Or is his legacy shaped by the hands of storytellers, each adding their own shade to his legend? As the tale of Robin Hood fades into the forest, another story emerges from the shadows, a tale of power, fear, and bloodshed. Join us next time as we uncover the dark history of the Blood Countess, Elizabeth Bathory's reign of terror. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Sherwood Forest and beyond. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to keep the legend alive. And in the comments, let us know. What's your favorite interpretation of Robin Hood? Is he your hero or something more complex?